Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to Tuesday Craft Day. I put my lights on over here so you could see them going around and around. I'm probably going to absolutely discombobulate you while you're trying to listen to what I'm saying, but I'm not going to talk very long. So I have a question for you. Are you afraid to make bows? Is that a hard thing for you to do? I'm going to show you that it's a very easy thing to do. And we're going to make, I think, 5 different bows today. Some big bows, or you can make as big as you want. And guess what? We're not going to use the Bow Easy except for one, and only to hold it, not to make it. So I'm going to show you how to make a package bow, a center curl bow, a shoestring bow, a funky bow, and a bow that has a pattern on it. So let's get busy without talking too much, because it takes a little time to get all these bows made. And I'll move you over to the counter here and we'll get busy making some bows. So I hope you enjoy. If you do, please feel free to hit that subscribe button if you've never been here before, and the bell, and you'll be notified every time I come out to play, which is usually 2 or 3 times a week. I'm going to be doing some paper craft as an extra added attraction here shortly. But in the meantime, we usually are out on Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. So I'm going to take you over and let's get busy making bows. Be right back. Okay, the first bow we're going to do is what I'm going to call a gift box bow, because not all of our bows are made to go on wreaths, but although you could use this on a project as well as on a gift box. And so I have a gift box here in front of me. Don't mind my wrapping job. This isn't a Christmas wrapping demo. It's a bow demo. And I'm going to use this 1.5-inch wired ribbon. Now, as a kid growing up, we made these bows all the time. It's the only way we made bows, actually. And so I probably made my first one when I was about 5. So this bow has been around at least 70 years, if not longer. So I'm going to take and measure about how big I want my bow. And it's a pretty package. I'm going to make my bow about yay big. Okay? So I'm going to just crease it right there. I'm going to bend it over. And just for a point of reference, I will measure that. And it happens to be about 5.5 inches. Okay? So now I'm just going to make some loops. And I'm just going to keep going round and round. Now what we did, we used paper ribbon. You notice I'm just going around and around. We used paper ribbon and curling ribbon for the middle, because I don't think they had wired ribbon way back when. So I have one, what do I have here? I have 1, 2, almost 3. Okay, let's try for 6. 3, 4. Okay. And another thing you can do, 5, is to have a piece of cardboard. If you're going to make a lot of them, I'd have a piece of cardboard that's about the length I want. 6. Alright, so I have a package of 6 here. I'm going to cut it off. Alright, so now I have this little bunch of loops, and what I want to try to do, this one I just finished with, I want to make sure is not right in the middle. We can cut it off later, but I am going to take my little loops here, and I'm going to make a slit in both sides. And you can see where the middle of this ribbon is. It's where that green line is. You don't want to go that high. I'm going to go probably just up past these little dots on both sides. And I'm going to do it in the middle, so let me just bend this in half, and I can see where my middle is, okay? There's my middle. And I make a little slit. There you go, see it? Now I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to make it a little slit on the other side. Getting through all those wires. Okay, so now I have a slit and a slit. Now I'm going to use a pipe cleaner. I don't have any wire up here, but I have a little pipe cleaner. And I'm just going to go in that slit and in that slit and come around. See how it looks? And give it a good twist. Okay, so now I can just start pulling these around, out. And you start from the inside. Now this is the one I started with, so I'll probably cut this one off. Or I can maybe just angle it a little bit. And I can angle this one a little bit. And they might look like they belong. Okay, so I'm going to pull it out. Got to get in the middle here. And I'm going to go from one side to the other. I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to twist it up. I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to twist it up. And I'm going to pull it out and twist it up. Now I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to pull it out. Didn't have my finger in there. Twist it up. Twist it up. Twist it up. And now, there you go, basically. I actually had one more loop on one side than the other, but you'd never know it when the bow is pulled apart. And here is your bow, and you can tape it down. Leave these little tails. Isn't that pretty? So there's nothing hard about making that kind of a bow. And truthfully, why couldn't you use this on a wreath? The same technique, okay? You just would make bigger loops. And what you could do is make bigger loops, one set, and then make another set of smaller loops on top of it and put them all together before you started pulling them apart. There you go. Bow number 1, a package bow. Okay, bow number 2 is going to be the shoestring bow, what I call a shoestring bow. Okay, for the shoestring bow, I'm going to use 2 pieces of ribbon. We'll make a double bow this time. Now these ribbons are about 25 inches long. Now the shoestring bow is a great bow to put in the ties of your wreath. Instead of putting loose ribbons, you know how we put the loose ribbons in and spread them out. Sometimes you don't really want ribbons in every piece, but you just would like some ribbon around in certain areas. So a shoestring bow is a good bow for that. And here's how you make a shoestring bow. You take your piece of ribbon with your good side up, and you curl it over each other, curl it over itself, so it looks like your breast cancer awareness or any kind of awareness ribbon. Okay, that's all I've done. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to bring it down on top. Okay, so there you go. Now what I'm going to do is go where this middle piece was and pinch it right up. Now I'm going to make one on top of another. So I'm going to take one of these little Dollar Tree clips and just hold it together. Okay, so there you go. And we'll do it again. You take the ribbon, good side up, and you cross it over itself. Okay, pull this piece down. So now it looks like this. Go right in the middle of these two pieces and pinch it up. And there you have. I call it a shoestring bow only because it kind of looks like your bow would if you were tying a shoe. So now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it on top of this one. Pinch it, take my clip away. And I will take a pipe cleaner, or you can use a zip tie, or you can use a wire. And I'm just going to put it around the back, and I am going to twist. And I'm a person who twists the bow. I really do. I think I get a tighter twist. So now, of course, the biggest part of any bow making is the fluffing. And you really, it stays on top of each other. So let's do this. Let's make an angle cut in this one. And let's do a V cut in this one. And we'll do the same on the other side. Do the V cut. And an angle cut. Isn't that a cute bow? And of course that bow tied right in the center of one of your wreath ties would look really cute. I don't have a wreath here I can put it in because the wreath that I have behind me is my bubble wreath and there isn't a tied place to put it. There, perfect, love it. Now we have two. Okay, the next one is going to be a center curl. Now I don't make this too often, but we'll make one today. And let's see, what shall I use for ribbon? Oh, let's use this one again. I've got a lot of it. A center curl means there's going to be a round center in the middle of your wreath. And you just start by making the round center. There you go. Now this ribbon is two-sided. It's in other words, there's a good side and a bad side. This is the bad side now. So I need to twist this so the good side is up. And I will make a loop. And I will come back and pinch it. And now I have to twist it again. And I will come back and make another loop. And we'll pinch it in the middle. Isn't that cute? So now I'm going to twist it. Every time I make a new loop, I have to twist so that the good side stays up. And I'm going to make a loop. And I'm going to go over a little bit here. I'm going to twist it. Come up again. Whoops. Come up again. I made this one just a little bigger than the last one. It was hard there for me to see the right side versus the wrong side. There we go. And we're going to come up on this side. Pinch it. Twist it. Come up on this side. And pinch it. Now, I don't have any tails on this ribbon, so I need to create some tails. So what I'm going to do is go down about, oh, let's see, maybe 14 inches and cut it off. Okay. Now I'm just going to take this piece, bend it in half, and bring it right up so that it's in where I'm pinching. And you see it on the back? Okay, onwards and upwards with the pipe cleaners. In my little thumb circle and around the back, catching my little tail piece. And of course, if I were making this for a wreath, I'd make it bigger. Here's my little thumb, and I'm going to cut this piece off. And we'll bring these down. Find the middle, cut them off, and I think I'll just dovetail the ends of these. I don't make the center loop bow too often, because I tend to like put something in the middle of my bow center, like a flower, or like with this ribbon I might put a Christmas ball or something like that. So I don't really need to have this loop in here. And there are other ways that you can make a center loop. And there you go. And that is a center loop bow. All right, I have two more for you. The next one is going to be one that is called a pattern bow. And I have this ribbon here because it's a good option to show a pattern. And this ribbon has trucks on it. Okay? And when you make the bow, you want your trucks to all be going in the same direction. First thing I'm going to do is give us a little dovetail here. So in order to get the trucks all going in the same direction, we can't twist it, because if you twist it, you're twisting it to the other side, so that this side would be like this and this side would be like this. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to find our tail, and I'm going to make a nice long tail this time, a 12-inch tail, and I'm going to pinch it. Okay, 12-inch tail, and I'm going to pinch it. Now my trucks are going in this direction. See? They're all here. So now I'm going to make a loop, and I think this loop, let me just measure it for the heck of it. I will make 10. I'll make a 5-inch loop. Okay, from here on in, I can measure the loop against loop. All right, so now, let me show you, if I twist this, my truck is going to be facing the other way, you see? So I don't want to twist it. So I'm going to keep it the same way it was, and I'm just going to bring it up. And I'm going to put it under my thumb and pinch it in. And we're going to make sure that these two are the same. This could be a little bit bigger. There you go. Okay. So now I have two, and the trucks are still facing in the same direction. So what happens now is on the top I'm going to go up and over and pinch it. On the bottom, I'm going to go down and up and pinch it. Okay, on the top, I haven't twisted anything. In fact, if it twists, you got to untwist it. Down and over. And on the bottom, up and in. Okay? So you're almost like making a figure 8, down and up, down and up. And I've got 3 on each side, so I'm going to call that enough. Because this isn't really a ribbon I'm going to use for now, because it's not really a fall ribbon, although it could be. So let's use a white pipe cleaner this time. And I'm going to go around. As a matter of fact, if I've got them, have I got them here? Let me just check. Hold on a second. Yeah. Matter of fact, I have a twisty tie. So let's use that. We'll go under my thumb, around to the back. I want to make sure I get my tails included. Kind of hard to maneuver a zip tie with one hand. And I didn't get that tail in there, now did I? Look at that. But I still can. I shall pull it through. I was doing better with the pipe cleaner. Come on, folks. There we go. And you will see that all the loops have the truck going in the same direction. Alright, now I just need to pull this around the back a little bit, and I will need to cut it off. Well, I don't think I have my cutter up here. So, I don't know that I can cut this with my scissors. We'll see. Oh, I did. This of course, is why my scissors never stay good. There you go. So that is kind of ribbon, a kind of bow that you make when you have a pattern like your ladybugs or bees or pumpkins. Okay, now what would I do differently? I think because my ribbon is going to be facing like this, I would have started it with my trucks going in the other direction, so that as I'm looking up at the wreath now, I would see the trucks. But they are, if I wanted to, truthfully, all you have to do is twist your tails to the other side. You can maneuver your ribbons any way you want, especially if you've used a zip tie, because they're not coming out. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Did I say I wanted my trucks all going towards me? Just get my tail pulled out, and I'm all set. The pattern. All right, the last bow, the last but least. We can't get by without making a funky bow. So let me get my ribbons cut and I'll be right back. All right, let's try making a funky bow. Now I have folks that say I can't make a funky bow because it hurts my hands to hold on to it for so long. And depending on how many loops you're going to have, because you can have 10, 12, 14, 16, 20 loops, it can get a little bit hard. So I'm going to show you how we can do it just using the Easy Bow Maker. All these are fingers to hold onto the bow. And I'm going to make a 9-loop bow, and that is an odd number, so that means that every other loop is going to go in the opposite direction. I'm going to start by folding my ribbon in half. I've cut my ribbon at 26 inches. And I'm not a big fan of some of this ribbon, but we're going to make it go for today. It's just flimsy. Now I just have measured a 5-inch spot on my mat, so I did not have to have that big ruler out here. So I have 5-inch loops and 8-inch tails. Okay? So here I have made my 5-inch loop. I'm going to turn the bottom one. You see the bottom one's upside down. So I'm going to turn it right side up so that now it's pretty tails in both directions. And I'm going to set it down in my Easy Bow. Okay, next loop. Fold it in half. Measure 5 inches. Pinch it up. Go to the back, twist it around so that I have 2 pretty tails, and put it in my bow maker the other way around. Okay, now we'll go to the third one. Fold it in half. And I haven't dovetailed the end of these at all yet. Make my 5-inch loop. I can puff out my little loop a little bit. Go to the back. Twist that one around to make it look pretty. And set it back in my easy bow the same way as I did the first one. Okay, back to the beginning. Fold it in half. Make a 5-inch loop. Twist the back one so I have 2 pretty tails. And put it in the bow maker the other way. Okay? Next one. Make my 5-inch loop. And twist the back one. There's not really a good and back side, a bad one on this side, but we'll twist them all just so we get used to twisting. Okay? Next one. It actually goes quite quickly. My loop. I didn't pinch that very well. There we go. Here's my front. And twist my back. Put it in here in this direction. One more time through. Fold it in half. Find my 5 inches. Pinch it together. Poof out my little loop. Twist the back. And put it down on my easy bow. My fingers aren't hurting at all. Fold it in half. Put it down. Pinch it in. Twist the back. And put it in the easy bow. Last one. That one was upside down. Okay. Find my 5 inches. Pinch it in. And put it in the easy bow. So now we're going to take another zip tie, and this one I like to use a zip tie on. Hopefully I can get my hands on one. Here we go. And I'm going to go down underneath the whole thing and bring it around, push down on it, bring it around, get it started. It's enough to pull it out, and I'm going to pinch it together and twist this around the back. Now I would be putting a wire or a pipe cleaner or something in this before I tighten this up. And I have made a 9 loop funky bow, and I never had to hold anything. Let's get all our loops up. I always start by getting my loops up top, my tails down the bottom. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I will just start going around and cutting these. You don't have to cut them all, you get the idea. And I sometimes like to do this after, although you can do it before, because then I get an idea of how long I actually want these tails to be. We'll look at this side. Get this out of the way. I won't cut them all. There's 18 to cut, obviously, if you had 9 loops and 2 on each loop. I'll just do this one more and then 1/2 of it will be done. And you can see. Look at that, huh? That's a beautiful bow. And of course, you have to fuddle with it and fuddle with it and fuddle with it. But I would say that's a mighty pretty funky bow. So there we go. That wasn't too hard today. None of these are really difficult. We have a funky bow. We have a center ring bow. We have shoestring bow. And we have a One Direction bow. And we have a Christmas package bow. We have a bow extravaganza. So get out your ribbons and make some bows. And I will put these all away, and they certainly will be used. I think I might make a couple more like this. I have 2 little lanterns that I'm going to be doing what I call mini toppers. So I might make 2 of these, and that would make pretty little mini lantern toppers. And we'll get together and I'll show you those together when we make them. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you have a safe afternoon. I hope all of you on the, I guess you'd call it the I-95 corridor, are being safe, away from the wind and the rain. And I hope nobody has some issues. I know there's some power outages up and down the coast. So anyway, stay safe, stay warm, play by the rules, keep your distance, wear your mask, and everybody play nice now. I love you. I'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.